Giants like Google, Facebook, and Amazon shape our digital world. But there's another giant, less talked about: Pornhub. It's a platform built on human impulse that quietly became a pillar of the internet. Pornhub didn't just change how we watch adult content, it transformed the entire industry, shifting power from studios to users. To understand Pornhub is to understand a force that is both a cultural phenomenon and a technological disruptor. Its story is complex: entrepreneurial genius, corporate ambition, innovation, and ethical failures, all intertwined. At its peak, Pornhub attracted more daily visitors than Netflix or Twitter. Its logo instantly recognizable, but rarely discussed. The site shaped tastes, created stars, and offered a real-time window into global sexuality. This is the story of how free user-generated porn became a global empire, and how that empire was forced to confront its dark side. We'll start in Montreal 2007 with a small team and a disruptive idea. We'll follow its meteoric rise, its acquisition by a mysterious parent company, and the crisis that forced a dramatic change. This is the story of Pornhub, a story of technology, power, desire, and the ongoing fight for accountability. Let's begin. Before Pornhub, online adult entertainment was all over the place and expensive. Think paywalls, subscriptions, and tons of pop-ups. The industry was stuck in old ways, charging for access just like with DVDs and magazines. But the mid-2000s brought high-speed internet and a new idea: content made by users. YouTube showed that platforms could do really well by letting people upload and share videos. The folks who started Pornhub asked, what if we did that for adult content? Free content, paid for by ads, open to everyone. Suddenly, anyone with a camera could be a creator, and users flocked to the endless free library. This model made content available to everyone and led to huge growth. The adult industry would never be the same again. The story of Pornhub starts in Montreal, not Hollywood. Matt Keiser and his team were tech entrepreneurs, not traditional adult filmmakers. They saw clunky, expensive adult sites and built something better: fast, clean, and easy to use. Launched in 2007, Pornhub wasn't the first tube site, but it perfected the formula. Features like tagging, categories, and powerful search made it the Google of porn. A lot of the early content was pirated, but this built a massive library overnight. The site grew quickly, protected by legal gray areas and safe harbor laws. Keiser's team was selling access and convenience, not just content, positioning themselves as a tech company, not a studio. Its massive success caught the eye of powerful investors. Pornhub was about to outgrow its startup roots. Pornhub grew super fast. Millions of people visited every day, and it made tons of money from ads. It had a business plan that completely crushed the old movie studios. Websites that made you pay couldn't compete with free unlimited stuff. Studios tried to sue and take down videos, but so many were being uploaded, it was impossible to stop. Power shifted from the people who made the content to the websites that collected it all. Investors saw a money-making machine that was safe even when the economy was bad and could grow really big. Regular investors weren't sure, but quiet players saw how much money it could make. The big question became, who would buy Pornhub, and when? The answer would completely change the whole adult entertainment business. The small company from Montreal was about to become the main piece of a huge online monopoly. Next up, being bought by a mysterious empire. In 2010, Pornhub was bought by Fabian Thielmann's company, Manwin, which later changed its name to MindGeek. MindGeek then went on a shopping spree, buying up rivals like RedTube and YouPorn, along with big studios. They controlled both how content was shared and how it was made, creating a digital monopoly. MindGeek's setup was not clear. It was registered in Luxembourg, with a tangled web of smaller companies. The company operated in the shadows, quietly taking over the online adult world. With Pornhub as its crown jewel, MindGeek set the rules for the industry, including prices and content. Competition was removed by buying them out, not by coming up with new ideas. Pornhub was now the public face of a huge hidden empire. With dominance came data. Pornhub became a living archive of global sexuality. Every click and search was analyzed, mapping desire across the world. Pornhub published its findings, turning taboo into viral cultural data. The site pioneered new technologies: VR, interactive videos, and even sex education series. Marketing and philanthropic efforts blurred the lines between entertainment and social commentary. The annual Year in Review reports became a global event. By positioning itself as a data-driven tech company, Pornhub gained mainstream legitimacy. It wasn't just the biggest, it was the smartest. But underneath the surface, Pornhub's open upload model hid a dark truth. Activists and journalists brought to light widespread non-consensual content, revenge porn, abuse, and trafficking. The turning point came in 2020 when a New York Times report showed the human cost. Public outrage exploded. The #trafficking hub started trending. Major payment processors, Visa and MasterCard, cut ties, bringing Pornhub's business to a halt. The crisis was huge. Public pressure finally forced them to face the music. The Pornhub empire was on the edge of falling apart. Facing collapse, Pornhub announced big changes. Only verified users could upload. Millions of unverified videos were removed overnight. The company added more moderators, started using biometric checks, and teamed up with safety groups. The Wild West days of unchecked uploads were over. Some said the changes were long overdue. Others felt it hurt independent creators and gave MindGeek too much power. Either way, Pornhub was completely changed. The huge digital company had been humbled, forced to face what it had created. The industry would never go back to how it was. The story of Pornhub is like a lesson from the digital age. It's about big changes, having all the power, and what happens when things grow too fast without control. It made adult content available to everyone, changed how we talk about sex, and became a big part of our culture. But its story is also marked by bad choices and taking advantage of people. The problems in 2020 showed how much power people and news reporters have to make things change. It turned out that payment companies, not the government, became the ones setting the rules. Pornhub's journey is a warning about new ideas, being responsible, and the real cost of things that seem free. The huge company that Matt Keiser started and MindGeek built is changed forever. Its story will always be an important part of the internet's history. Even the biggest internet companies can be forced to change.